Welcome, everybody. We apologize for the delay. It was 100% me. But here we are. We weren't sure if we were going to have a game, but thankfully we will. This is episode 8 or session 8 of the Horizon. We are in an underground bar. This bar, it is located in the lower levels of Edom port facility, which is displayed behind me. And in those lower levels, which are well below the water line, is where most of the permanent staff, the working people that staff all of the tourist traps in the higher levels and the dock facilities and all of that. This is where they are. In this small club, bar / rave den, a number of people are there surrounding a body of a hideously deformed creature, its chest cavity blown to pieces by shotgun blasts at short range, sitting on a chair overlooking this gore. The eel, the leader of the smuggling gang, the Morays, sits with a wet cloth pushed onto the side of his face, which has been chewed on by this creature. Angry, frustrated, and calling for blood.
Covered in a black ichor. I open up, holding the door open that we finally got unlocked, letting the other smugglers or miscellaneous criminals that this eel employs in. I say, I had a little trouble, boys.
I'm taking my tobacco out. I'm leaning against the wet bar. I look at my hand. So do you mind if I just use your sink there?
Yeah.
I start walking behind the counter.
The eel calls out, sitting on his chair, bloody rag getting soaked from the bleeding from his mangled face. Hey, somebody call a doctor. Get the guy that we used for that job about a month back. See if he's available. Sure thing, boss. They scurry to get some medical attention.
Having the water running, washing my hand. I say, I think you should call a witch too, because you're gonna turn one of those things next full moon.
Really funny. Really funny. I'm glad we got a comedian here. Eveline looks anxiously at Alan. Really? Do you think that whatever that thing, you think it's contagious?
I just shake my head.
I lean over.
She backs away from the ichor and the mangled corpse laying on the floor there in this small room, covers her mouth.
At the same time, I walk over, straddle the mangled corpse, and bend down to start checking his pockets, see if he has any indication of a contact or something.
In the left front pocket, a small metal clamshell container. Within that clamshell container, a small indentation in a foam that would hold a pill-sized object. It's empty. The container is still there.
I snap it closed with a dramatic snap.
It's cool to the touch. Much
drying up
colder
my
than
hand.
ambient temperature in the room.
Drying up my hand, and I look at Brig. I say, the clamshell container, right? They're really committing to the team.
They get real decorative with their pill holders.
What? What are you talking about?
I
Eel says.
Chuck it onto the table. It goes sliding towards him.
He has a little bit of trouble with one eye. Depth perception's off, but he grabs the container. Wait a second. I've seen one of these before. calls out to his guys. Hey, what was the name of that job we did about 4 weeks ago? I can't think. My face is just burning. Calls out to one of his guys. I don't know, boss. I'll let me check. Runs off to the other room.
I'm rolling up my cigarette. I'm lighting it up. I go next to the body. I just kick it a bit with my feet. Looking at the brick.
I give him a toothy grin, my face covered in black shit. He says, and I say, my turn at the sink. I walk over. I've also been injured. Start running water over my arm.
The bartender comes in from the large dance hall area. Hey, boss, we got a hold of that doc, the guy we did that job for. He said he's on his way. It's been busy, I guess, with all the goings on up on the upper floors, but he'll be here soon. Okay. Yeah, bring me a drink, something strong. It really hurts.
Oh, that's a good idea. I guess we can all go. I'll walk back toward the little table where we were drinking before.
I smirk. What are you asking him for?
And I pour some shot. I signal Eveline to come close.
Eveline walks over, checking her gun at the same time.
I give her like 2 glasses, and I take the other 2, and I bring one to the hill, and I raise.
He got one hand clean. I got one hand clean. I walk over, take the shot, raise it as well. Never one to miss an opportunity.
Well, he says, the eel says, still holding his mangled face, perhaps our business has changed. Maybe we're looking for some guys can take care of this nonsense. He slams the shot back. Eveline follows suit and turns on her heels. I'm going to get my gun, the one that they took. She walks
That's
out.
a good idea. Can you get mine as well, Eveline?
Yep. She gives you a thumbs up as she walks out the door. Cowboy hat goes back on.
So you have like some of those guys like amongst your troop.
Obviously.
So, doctor, you said you're going to talk to a doctor?
Yeah, we got a guy,
Doctor,
guy. Got a bit of an issue. I think he does plastic surgery for the tourists, but he needed some product brought in real quiet, like we're able to get it for him. He owes us. I like to have people owe me favors. You know what I mean, Brick?
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. You know, how we saved your life and everything.
Yeah.
The business.
I know.
I guess that's our business model, huh, Alan? Save lives and hope we get paid after.
It's a way to make me. It works so far.
I don't know. I've noticed some people kind of try to shortchange you a little bit.
Yeah, some people are not like as recognizant as we hope.
Guy comes back, says,
"Yeah, my hands dry."
Hey, boss, one of our guys just picked up Dr. Penders. He's on his way. They should be here within maybe 20 minutes. So, right on. 20 minutes.
So what do you think about what do you think of doing to make sure you have like no other infiltrator amongst your rank?
Well, maybe that's something you can do for me.
Maybe you can check for like those seashell kind of shit in their pocket.
Well, we can at least start with that.
At least you'll know if there's like an immediate danger, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Then they have to like start keystering those things.
Well, yeah, I've seen these before. These clamshell things. They're an exotic thing. Pretty sure they have some kind of internal power supply. They keep things cold. They're used for exotic medicines that have to be kept at a very specific temperature, I think.
Brick, you think you can look into those?
I walk over to the table, pick up the clamshell on the table, take a look at it, and say, "Oh, there's a refrigerant in this. I noticed it was cold." And not answering Alan's question as I'm already looking into it.
Good roll your with Boone. Roll your engineering check. A success.
I see there's a little seam in it, and I'm able to take a little panel off and say, "Oh, I see what they did here." It's like another miniaturized version. They love that stuff of some refrigerants I've seen in like a cargo ship. Pretty sophisticated. Pretty sophisticated for eco-terrorists.
The guy that the eel had asked for the job that they did a few weeks back comes back. He says, "Yeah. I remember, boss. It was a shipment of some high-tech things. A refrigerant was involved. A guy that was bringing it in was Gerda. Was his name Gerda? Gerda. The book says Gerda Snyder was the buyer there. Some exotic stuff."
So, Brick, you're impressed by what it did there? Like, wait until you saw, like, and I pointed the body on the floor.
I said, that's a good point, but they got that crazy geneticist. Hey, you know what? That reminds me. I look at the eel and I say, "So you're doing these jobs?" I was telling Alan the other day, I was worried that after we got exploded, that maybe what we were shipping in would be something that these guys might use. And here we are with the evidence of something that happened like that just 4 weeks ago.
Well, the stuff
Crazy.
Wait, no. The eel's like, wait. I wasn't asking to bring in stuff that does this. I was asking you to bring in
you're
some
asking to
volatiles.
bring some stuff that blows up elevator lifts, like the one that blew up next to me.
Well, there's no proof that it was our stuff that brought in. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but there's no proof that it was us.
I'm sure it's just coincidence.
What did I tell you?
Well,
anyway, now we have like a more present matter at end.
Eveline comes back in the room. She's got guns. She hands a gun over to Alan.
Thanks, babe.
I walk over to the door to the office and smile at the guy who's here reporting on whatever errand that the eel had him run. Kind of pat him on the chest and back him out. I say, "This is a private discussion."
He looks over at boss. Boss just looks up. "No, that's fine. If they wanted to kill me, they had a better chance before. I don't think that I'm in any danger here."
Right.
As soon as the doctor comes in, bring him in.
Right after saying that, right after the guy that you had as bodyguard when we were here tried to kill you.
Exactly. So if you wanted, if they wanted me dead, they could have just let the other guy do the dirty work.
I assume
I think I'm okay.
With that, I shove him out the door.
We'll let you know when the doctor's here. The door closes.
Not silly. Yeah, I shut the door behind.
Eveline walks over. She stands right next to the door, leans up her back against it, props up one cowboy boot, resting on the door, crosses her arms.
I give her a nod of appreciation and recognition. I look back at the eel. I say, "Seems like you're our lead."
Gerda, you said?
Yeah, we got a strange order. Well, an order for some refrigerant, high-tech refrigerant.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Yeah.
Who was the explosives for, though?
Well, someone wealthy.
That order was 4 weeks ago. This order is right now.
Yeah. No, that's. I don't really have. It was done through an intermediary.
You got something.
I do have something. That's true. I do have something.
You're starting to offend me.
Look, I'm not trying to be evasive. I'm just saying. Well, he takes his bloody rag off his face and he looks at it,
I pour a few more shots and I say,
and he just
"Here,
he
let him
drops the
shot."
bloody rag on the floor in front of him as he's on this table, and he leans forward and he spits out a stream of blood from his between his lips. And he looks back up, blood streaming down his neck, terrible gash, just ruining his cheek. He says, yeah, actually, I do know more. I know where their buyer is. I know where that guy that contacted me. I thought it was easy money. They're obviously new with this. I was able to negotiate a ridiculous price. That's why I was able to throw around so much money on this.
When you think there's easy money, there's always
well,
a price that you're just not seeing.
Fair enough. I got bit. He says.
I do this on my face.
Fair enough. Maybe it was too good to be true, and the numbers seduced me. He says. He spits out another stream of blood.
We are often the architect of our own pain, our own misery, with greed. And I look at Brick. Sometimes we have to take things as they come.
That's right. I take the shot. How about you score some points with the authorities here, and we set up the shipment to bust the buyer?
Wait. Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Saying the exact
What you
same
thinking,
plan
Brick?
I had said earlier. To bust this guy.
When you say bust him, like, are you talking about like the turn him into the officials? You know, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Well, let's say that we're like,
yeah,
I want to get this, like, this geneticist guy, right? I want to get to him.
Yeah, that guy. The wanted man, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Yes. Bastian. Is that his name?
Yes. Yeah, that doc. Yeah. You know what?
I assume he's the one behind that shit, right?
It could be. I know where the message came from. They weren't able to disguise it well enough, and I was able to unmask it. It's coming from a posh underwater city. It's about a few thousand kilometers from here, but a quick trip. It's it's called Arrance City. Real pretentious place. Big university there.
Not floating.
No, it's under the water. Yeah. It's on a massive reef. There's a lot of marine biologists that come here and study the aquatic life.
How easy is it to get underwater with these Moray ships and whatever the heck else is going on around here? I'm not really familiar with how this world works, I guess. I lean back in my chair.
Well, you're from Eveline. That makes sense. Desert rock like that.
Oh, not from there. But...
Not really from Eveline, but yeah.
Oh, right.
She's
Eveline kind of scoffs at the... Shakes her head.
Although it's a lovely place.
No. It's a dust bowl.
The loveliest part.
It sucks, Eveline says.
The loveliest part came with us, so...
She tips her hat. Her left hand is hovering over a pistol that's just sitting outside of her belt. Just in case.
I feel comforted. I look at and I look back at the eel. I say, so how hard is it to get underwater? Is there a bunch of cities underwater? Not really.
No, most are designed to either float or be above water, more for the tourist type. But Arrance is an exception. It sits on a shelf. Like I said, lots of marine life. The people that come to study the fish and the other stuff, they go there. University.
I grabbed a bottle of booze on the table. I shake it a bit, give it a little shake, look at people around, look over my shoulder
Arin's,
to Eveline.
she's fine.
I
Arin's,
My glass.
Orange
Got Brick's
City
glass.
is pretty posh. Hey, if you're repouring, my face is starting to go numb. I wouldn't mind another shot. He says,
I extend. I lean over forward to fill in this shot.
the benefits of the Dust Bowl. I raise my
Yeah.
glass.
He goes to take
Yeah.
a
I raise my
drink.
glass and said, "The loveliest part of Eveline."
I'm starting to just take.
Eveline is like, all right. The eel takes a shot, but he starts coughing.
It's turning.
Are you gonna die on it? Should we get you?
Where's that
Do
doctor?
you need help?
You think there's poison in that?
My face is feeling numb.
Oh, he's got
takes
like
his fingers. He kind of touches the mauled cheek. Some stringy fluid coming off of the blood. Is it
I lean
sticky on his
forward.
fingers?
And I take a whiff of the wound.
I'm scooting back a little bit.
There's a knock on the door. It causes Eveline to stand up from where she was leaning. She looks over at Brick and Alan. Question on her eyes.
I hope it's the doctor too. I look at her.
Doctor, yeah, I've got Doc Penders here. He came as quick as he could. He's got some stuff.
Right.
This guy needs some stuff. I stand up and kind of move out of the way.
The door opens. A disheveled-looking doctor there. He's just straightening his clothes. He's wearing pajamas on his bottom. Looks like he's been drugged from bed to be here. With him is a doctor's bag with a number of items. He takes a look down at the ground to see this mauled corpse of this hybrid creature. He's what he looks like he's backing up until the guy next to him. Right there.
I tell the doctor, I said, like, this guy's done. It's for the other guy that we were worried about.
I look
this mangled face.
I look over at Alan and I signal for him to step outside of the room. We'll get out of your way. And walk out.
The doctor comes, puts his bag on the table quickly, starts immediately examining them. He starts calling for things. Hey, I need this. I need some new fresh cloth. I need some. Somebody bring me some water quick. I need some antiseptic. And he takes out a needle. He's like, hey, listen, I got to put you to sleep. You don't want to be awake for what I got to do here. Yeah. Hypodermic hits the side of the eel's neck and he goes limp.
I grab the bottle in my glass and I follow Brick outside the room.
Walk outside the room, watching this flurry of activity going in and out of the room. I say, walk over to the side away from the foot traffic, leaning on a nearby table. I say, so what do you think we should team with this guy then?
I think it's our best lead, right?
Yeah. Eveline walks up to the same table, her eyes still on through the open door, watching as the doctor quickly goes to work on the face. He's administering some kind of cream and scanning it. Says something about an antitoxin.
Maybe we should try to figure out. I'm sure, like, they know where this guy lived. Maybe we can go check his apartment. Some shit. There might be some lead there. Then there's those delivery and those jobs that they hired the Moray to do. Those will lead as well. We just have to pick the right one, right? And then you got people on the street. We can try to go with the cult. We can try to infiltrate the cult, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's also something can be done.
Brick nods, standing at the table. He says, or I say, I think Gerda is probably the best lead so far. She seems like a sure. Getting strange refrigerants seems pretty specific.
Yes, but I think this guy's apartment is probably the easiest lead. because
Yeah,
we won't have
okay.
any resistance there. So maybe it's worth going there first.
I'm a little suspicious of it. The only reason is this has got to be like a suicide mission, right? This guy is
You think so?
he's walking in and
Got to
killing.
be pretty committed to turn yourself into whatever that thing is. Eveline says.
You think that's permanent, or do you think they can turn back after?
I don't know, but he's not trying to turn back after when he's taking on a criminal.
Eveline shudders a little
head
bit.
of a criminal
Heard his bones
organization.
crack as his flesh was torn apart when he
It's kind
transformed.
of gross.
It's hideous, she says. Ugh.
I still think it'd be worth a look, right? Because that's also something we could do kind of right now.
My point is, if he's like a suicide kind of kamikaze guy, then they may have booby trapped his apartment. But I'm just saying we should be cautious and aware of that potentiality, you know.
Oh, I get you. I get your point.
Because
I'd be surprised.
That's the first thing anyone would do is go see
Anyone with half a brain, but anyone with half a
conspirators.
brain wouldn't end up in that situation.
Unless you're coerced. That's my point. He's here to die.
As well.
Or
Three men come into the
pay off a debt. I don't know.
3 men walk in, carrying duffel bags. The duffel bags are deposited onto the bar and opened up. A bunch of hardware is laid out. Shotguns, some rifles, several pistols.
Walk over to the gear and I say, hey, can I get one of these shotguns?
Who are you?
I'm the man. Took that monster down.
You're the guy? Took
From
down
the back, I just, like-
took down Mick, hey? One of us. Mick sees.
He was. I grab a shotgun. Check it.
They look at each other, these 3 men. One of them shrugs. They start loading magazines.
Take a box of ammo.
Yeah. They start loading magazines. Well, it's not like we're short on munitions, what the second guy says.
As I see Birks do that, I take the gun and I just like recuperate my pistol. And I check the magazine again. See that it's still full, put it back in.
Eveline
Nervous.
walks over to where the duffel bags are, peruses for a little bit, and then making a small noise of contentment, she grabs a box of ammunition, grabs a handful, and starts loading her own pistols.
I smirk at her as I load up the shotgun.
I go lean against the counter with the bottle of my glass that I refill and sip on it slowly. I talk to one of those thugs and I say, so this Mick guy, what do you know
Yeah.
about him?
He's been here for maybe 3 years. Pretty imposing guy, big muscled dude.
Yeah, we saw that.
Didn't talk very much, pretty quiet.
You ever catch him in a seaweed nightgown? Loading up the shotgun.
No, I haven't seen that. One of the guys
Turned out
laughs.
this guy was
Says,
a bit
"No,
fishy, right? You don't investigate a guy before?
oh no, we checked him out. Not much to him, really. Dock worker, got laid off, fighting. So, that's a vote in his
No
favor.
family?
Not that we could find.
You know where he live?
Yeah, of course. Not far from here, actually.
Why don't we go
Why
check
you-
it out? See if he's got any. You guys got any men to spare? We can show us where he's
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, sure.
Come with us.
Oh, we can lead you over. While we're
gesture
waiting for the
him to-
doctor to do his job. But before we go, I'm just going to check and make sure the boss is okay. He walks over to the door.
I think he's on there now.
Doc has got a mask attached to his face.
I kind of call out to him. I say, time's pretty important here. We don't need a whole parade. Why don't you just send one of your guys with us?
The 3 of them look at each other. Hey, why don't you take him? So this guy here, he'll take you. His name's Hendrik. He'll take you.
I turn over toward Eveline.
All right.
You coming with us? Or you staying here?
She looks in where the doctor continues to work on the unconscious eel. I don't know. Do you want me here in case he wakes up?
Yeah, give me a call if something's happened.
All right.
You're
we'll
good?
do. Yeah, I'm fine. She sits back in the chair. Kicks her cowboy boots up onto the table.
I look at Alan, I look at her and I say, watch out for other hitmen, I guess.
She smiles and then shows that she's got one of her guns already in her hand, just hiding it next to her.
Yeah, stay out of trouble, girl.
Yep. Just going to enjoy a
I
drink.
start walking toward the door.
Hendrik already at the door.
I slide the rest of the bottle to her.
She reaches forward, grabs the bottle.
I look at the bottle, slide across, and I'm like, man, I just...
Hendrik opens the door.
Brick, you don't want to let her drink like the trash that they have here, right?
Oh, I would never dream of that.
I'd rather go thirsty, she says.
All right. So what's your name?
Follow Kendrick out the door.
Hendrik is waiting there. So you're... He asks, what do I call you?
I'm Alan. That's Brick.
Alan? And
you can call me Richard.
Okay. I'll call you Richard. Hendrik, he's got a broad face. He turns on his heel, shoves a sawed-off shotgun off to over his back, and an overcoat on top of that. He starts walking he's briskly down the dark corridors of this underground maze of the Edenport facility. He doesn't live far.
I slip my shotgun in the overalls, kind of hitching it to the belt underneath. It's not super concealed, but not terrible. Look over at Hendrik and I say, so you ever been approached by these seaweed freaks?
No, I don't got time for them. I get paid well. Morays take care of their own.
Not like
I'm actually
Mick.
quite upset about this Mick guy.
Guys didn't pay him well enough.
Ungrateful, he says.
You think they do that for money? It seemed to be very ideological, no?
He says, I sure hope not, as he picks up the pace. Don't want to deal with those fanatics.
Doesn't seem to make sense to me at all.
I don't get it either.
Me neither, Brick.
What if I care about those fish? Want to turn
Right?
yourself into one?
I do.
That's crazy. You want? Yeah. Hey, you seem to be... I have an eye on you now. You keep wanting to go underwater.
I don't want to turn into a stupid fish. I just want to fillet him, maybe.
Yeah.
Tourists, Hendrik says. See, turns another corner. Yeah, it's just up here. There's an apartment complex up here, more of a flop house. It's where Mick stays.
Yeah.
You guys really didn't pay this guy that well, did you?
Well, he got paid well. He must have had a habit. He opens walks up to the door.
I step back a little bit, allowing Hendrik to open the door.
Hendrik
from potential booby traps.
He opens the door, just flings it open, reveals a disheveled, messy interior.
Not luck, eh?
Ugh, what a slob.
I call in. I say, hello, anyone home?
Silence.
I nod at
I
Hendrik.
step in.
Okay.
Hendrik follows behind Richard.
I follow behind as well.
I look around. I walk to the fridge. I open it. Look inside.
Some half-eaten takeout boxes there. A few bottles of cheap beer. A few like ketchup. Some spoiled mayonnaise.
I sniff the air. Some kind of weird smell in here. I'm walking around, looking at the mess in here.
I grab
On
the
the,
box of leftover, and I open it, and I take a whiff inside.
it reeks.
I don't know what that guy was doing.
Boy, it doesn't look like he's been here for a while, Hendrik says as he looks around.
Yeah, it's got a real stale feel to it. Like an old hotel room.
Hendrik walks over to the small bedroom just off the main room, which serves as living room and his kitchen. Opens the door. Like, oh, man. Takes a few steps back.
I walk
reeks in there.
Walk over to his substandard computer console. Start typing into it. Try to pull up some messages.
Roll.
Break through his rudimentary system. Surprisingly secure for a shithole. Look over it.
Has a more complex algorithm running on it. The small computer terminal flashes and then starts smoking.
Oh shit, Brick.
Guys, something might be happening here. I step away from the terminal.
There's an audible pop as capacitors within the computer burst. The smoke billows out of it and then peters off, adding to the aromatic nature of the apartment, the smell of burning plastic. Hendrik,
shit, man.
It's like, man, what is this? He goes back into the bedroom and then, Rick, Richard, you may want to come look at this, he says. He's got his shotgun out.
Head toward the bedroom.
On the bed.
I'm still checking out the computer console, trying to see how it was rigged to pop. I have a pretty good idea. Well, they go in.
Hendrik, on the end of his shotgun barrel, has a pillowcase. It's covered in slime and fish scales. What in the world?
What the heck is that?
I don't know. It smells like dead fish.
Wait.
Look at the whole bed's covered in it.
Holy shit. You know what that means, right?
I have no idea what that means.
Brick, come here.
I'm opening the drawers now, trying to look in there.
Come see here, Brick.
Careful to check to make sure that there's no traps or anything. Real cautious with it.
In the bottom drawer.
What's going on?
In the bottom drawer, just as Richard calls out, a small metallic clam-shaped pill device. Open. Empty.
What's going on in there? I'm not walking in there. I'm like digging through that big drawer to see what else is in there.
I step off the room. I say, those fish monster, that's not permanent. They turn back, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I see there's another pill capsule here. I pick it up, show it to him. Looks like he's taken the pill before, so I think you're right.
There you go.
I still don't think,
go in and out.
I still think he was on a one-way trip, though.
That could be.
Shut it and pocket it.
So wait, so they pop these. Hendrik looks confused. He slides the slime-colored pillow case back onto the bed and tries to wipe the end of his shotgun on the side of the stained mattress. So they take a pill, they turn into some kind of monster, create a bunch of havoc, and just sleep it off, he says as he cleans off the slime.
Seems to be what's happening.
Or they end up in a pile of black goo.
Well, I know what I would prefer, but they all end up in a pile of black goo. This is disgusting. But why? Why would he do it? And live like this? He just gestures to the squalor around in the bedroom.
That make the whole
Clothes
thing much
lying
more
all over.
dangerous, because now he just like lowered the barrier of entry, right, to turn into a fish monster. Now it's something you can just like try on. See if
Why
you like
try it on? He says.
Maybe you want to go for a swim.
I mean, we paid him better than this. Maybe he had a gambling thing, or some woman on the side he was paying. I don't know.
I walk over to the kitchen area, see like a pile of papers. I'm just kind of casually looking through it.
I'm going back to the room and rustling to the drawer of the bedstand.
There, in the drawer of the side table, the nightstand of the bedroom, a plastic printout photograph of Mick sees with a much smaller looking woman next to him, but the familial similarity is quite pronounced. Sister, maybe cousin.
Put the picture in my jacket pocket.
It's one of those flyers that I have. I find on this pile of papers.
Yep.
I look at the back to see if there's anything written on it.
There's a time and a 8-digit number. So like 4 a.m., 8-digit number afterwards.
I think I got something here, Alan. Looks like a meeting and some kind of contact number, some kind of number. I don't know.
I'm grabbing a pair of pants that are on the floor, looking into the pockets. I put them back down. I go back out.
Casually look out the window as I pass the flyer over to Ellen. Seeing who has a view of this apartment through the shitty blinds, the dull neon below.
In the constant dim light on these lower levels of the Eden Port facility, workers doing different shifts, always coming and going. Several other apartments and flop houses nearby. Constant stream of traffic. Across that constant stream of this corridor, a number of an abandoned building right off the side, boarded up, and a small alleyway that leads deeper in to the maze that is the lower levels.
I hand the flyer back to Brick. I said, "There's no date, just a time. It's not so useful."
Well, maybe the number's useful.
Yes, that could be. I found this photograph. Henrik.
He's got like a sister or something.
Henrik comes over. He's
daughter, maybe
rustling around things. He goes, "Where's this money? I don't see any money anywhere." And Henrik comes over. "Yeah, what is it?"
I show him the photograph. I said, "Do you know who that is?"
I mean, that's the lady right there. You're talking about the girl.
Obviously, I'm talking about the girl.
She looks familiar to me.
I mumble, they don't send their brightest sometimes.
She looks familiar. I think I've seen her. Huh. I can see the resemblance now, but I'm pretty sure I've seen her before. Huh.
I put the photograph back in my pocket. So you talk about the money, right? And you talk about gambling and stuff like that. But
yeah,
here's my
should
thinking.
be if it's gambling, I should be able to find some gambling chits here. You know, all of his losers
or
should be
stop and stuff like that. And also, like, you probably know who control the gambling in town, right? And you probably like
of course.
Guys.
Well, and if he had run up a big debt, then we would have heard about it already.
That's my thinking as well. And I don't think this thing's about money. And I think if like the guy was into a weird cult, that's probably where his money went. You know what it is, right? The cult, those hippie cults, right? They want to take your cash. all those pills, right, and this genetic engineering must not come cheap.
So
Getting
we
those
are dealing
exotic
with
container.
fanatics then, right?
I look at
Essentially.
Brick.
Not sure what I'm gonna say. I don't know. I still don't know. Certainly, we are dealing with fanatics, but I don't know if this guy's one of them. Seems like he liked the pills though. So it's in his first rodeo.
So you think
Maybe
You
he
think
just
Nick-
likes being an unstoppable killing machine occasionally.
And going after his own boss.
I mean, I can understand the killing machine, Hendrik says, but why bite the hand that feeds?
Wait, if he turned into one of those things before, he probably didn't just stay home, right? He probably just like took the pill and chill out at home.
No, maybe he went for a swim, like you said. That'd be a fun way to test out superpowers.
Went for a swim.
Taking on these giant creatures underwater.
Did
So
you have
it's just
any
a
like?
big power trip? That's all this is?
I don't know. He's a big dude. He kind of had that feel to him, like he wanted to be intimidating or something. I get that. I got that energy off him. Although he was fixing to murder somebody, so who knows.
I think like maybe like your guys should look into the dock worker population if they had any rumor of like monster roaming around, right?
Sure.
Or
Well, I
any
mean,
kind of like
everyone's talking
weird
about the
murder.
attacks, from yesterday.
Yeah, but like the weird attack, we knew there were like a sharkman there, but then the media kind of like snuff out the story, right?
Yeah, it's bad
So-
for tourism, Hendrik says.
You think so?
It's bad for their health, that's for sure.
Bad for the tourists' health. Yeah. Because this is a bust. There's nothing here.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I wouldn't say there's nothing.
Oh, right. You got that. What? The flyer?
Just go talk to the dock workers, Hendrik. We appreciate you.
Anyway, you guys find your way back.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Thank you.
Hendrik,
I look at Alan. I'm like, shake my hand.
Hendrik nods once, leaves in a hurry.
Starting to roll up a cigarette.
Could see why he turned to a life of crime.
It's probably his best prospect.
Yeah. Give me
He's
one of
all about
those if you
criminal.
don't mind. I don't really want to smell this place anymore. But I think we're
All right.
good here.
Because I finished rolling it, I end up to brick. I start rolling one for myself. Yeah, I think it doesn't look like we're gonna find anything else. Oh wait, you think there's something you can salvage from that computer? If you bring it, like the hard drive, back on the ship or some shit, the memory.
Well, if it's a good trap, then maybe, but who knows?
I guess it'd be pointless to have a trap that doesn't destroy memory, right?
I agree, but they don't got me. So I pull the hard case sleeve off of the tower.
A little puff of smoke escapes the case as it's removed.
Reeks of burned plastic and electronics.
That's
probably not healthy.
Did the so I told my cigarette. Did the fish guy Mick, right? Did he add like a? And I took off my pocket computer. There one of those on his. Put it back in my pocket.
All he had was that stupid shell, so he knew what he was doing. Any kind of stuff he carries around every day is probably somewhere around here, wherever the hell he was actually sleeping. I don't think he was here for a while. Look around. I pull out a little multi-tool.
Well, he came sleepier.
Pull out a multi-tool and start unscrewing some components from the computer.
We know that he came sleepier after like starting on those pills, right? So
yeah, maybe he woke up and realized his bed was covered in shit and didn't want to sleep here anymore, though. That's what I would do. It's like, hey, great, my whole bed is covered in dead fish smell now. Maybe I should find a hotel or something.
that's interesting.
I'll leave my mayonnaise. Whatever the hell he's doing. It
stepping out
stinks like crazy
toward
in
the
this
door.
place.
Yeah.
I take off a couple of modules that could potentially still have some salvageable memory. See some scorch marks on them. Like, shake my head. Stick them in my pocket. And follow Brick out of the apartment.
I walk back toward the club, dragging my feet a bit, trying to think. Looking around.
Well, get this number back to plug it into the planet's database. We'll figure out where it leads. I still think we go for Gerda. I think that's our next move.
One of the holographic displays that light up the dim corridors of the maze of Edenport facility, a wanted poster appears. The first one right away, the crazy geneticist doctor, big bounty. A few others scroll through, and then a young lady that looks a little like Mick. Wanted for terrorist activity.
I take out the picture. I look at it. I look at the hologram. I show Brick.
I say, hold on.
Older.
I say, hold on, bounty list. Speaking to the bounty list. I receive the information with my data pad. Download the full list.
She comes up, wanted for terrorist activities. Her getup is much different than the picture in Richard's hand.
Take a drag.
So you think it's her sister or whatever she is, whoever she is, that got Mick into that shit?
You know, I'm starting to lean more into the crazy psycho fanatic theory.
You think so?
I look at him, this crazy image of the girls right behind me. I'm like, yeah, but they're starting to think.
Seem to be more about that than about money, right?
Maybe he's just protecting his sister. And so this is what I'm thinking. I don't think this guy is really in a part of this life. I think he's been coerced. So maybe
this guy's dead anyway.
Oh yeah, he's not a part of any life. I get that. But I don't think that he is a cultist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't know why you interest you so much.
I'm trying to figure out why a man would kill himself just to murder a crime lord.
Is that like a philosophical question? Or do you think that can lead us to some answer?
I guess I should rethink my priorities or something. I guess I'm just curious. I don't.
So are we going after Gerda?
When
or are we
someone
trying to find like what's her name?
When someone almost kills me, I like to know why. It's just a habit of mine.
Yeah. You get used to it. At some point you get desensitized.
You take a drag and just look at him. Okay.
So what do you think now? Gerda or this chick?
This chick's definitely a cultist, and
she also got like money attached to her, right?
I don't know that she's any more important than anyone else in this organization. So, I mean, kind of like you said, I feel like we figured it out, and we should go find the higher ups, get away from this lower level shit.
And if we can find the head, we can maybe like do a big net sweep on all those like low level.
Yeah,
get a bigger
you know, keep an eye out for her. Maybe the death of her brother makes her a little more sympathetic to our cause. Turn her into an ally.
Probably less sympathetic to our cause, I'd say.
Well, we did kill him.
Yeah.
But we were a natural reaction to what the cult did. Maybe we can spin it a little, you know. Maybe we'll let Eveline do that.
You want to program her?
Gal talk. They could talk about
I think if we put your hand on her, we try to get as much info as we can, and then we turn her in. Like, I don't care about like
that's true. We collect
programming her, right? yeah, she's not hot enough for me to want to invest that much in that, right?
What are you talking about? Hot enough?
All right, let's
She's not hot. I
let's
pull up
get
the
in.
I pull up the bounty again from my data pad. It does a hologram. I look at her list of supposed crimes, which she's wanted for.
Ranges, low-level mischief, unauthorized protests, disrupting public transit, petty vandalism, issuing threats to public officials.
Why is this bitch on a bounty board? That's what's weird.
Yeah.
And also her
interesting.
eyeshadow is very strange. She's very
You know that
disturbing to look at.
now that you mention it, right? Yeah, it's right. That's interesting. That she's kind of a low-level kind of thug, right?
Yeah, she's on a bounty list with the freaking evil biogeneticist. You know, it's
How much are they offering for her? And I lean over to the data pad, to the hologram.
$250,000.
it's not even bad at all
No, it's a lot of. It's quite a lot of money for
for a protester.
for somebody that's just like.
She must know something. That's got to be it. They're trying to flip her.
Let's see what the doctor has to say, and maybe we can ask him to look at this other guy too. I don't know.
Just follow
His reaction. He doesn't know much.
Start walking back towards the club, wordlessly agreeing.
Push the door open.
The
Get
club has obviously enhanced security, along with a sandwich board that's set up saying closed until further notice. They
I go to push the door, and I knock. Tuck, tuck, tuck.
Inside, another 4 men have arrived. There's about 7 now, all checking weapons, making sure everything is good to go, getting ready for something.
Open up, Salan.
Door opens. Evelyn's there, looking a little more nervous. She's no longer sitting down, but has put her back against the wall. Clear line to the door in case she had to bolt.
I nod at her.
She nods back. She's got
I
her
look at one
cowboy
of
hat
the-
on.
Walk
One
in
of the
behind
the door. I look at one of the target by the door and say like, so what's happening with the bus? Your bus, that is.
Doc's
turn
just
back over
started
to Brick.
in.
You have to be specific.
One of the guys that was there before when Hendrik is back. He says, yeah, he's like I told you, they stayed, checked out Mick's place. It was a bust. Didn't look like he'd been there for a while, but the place was a sty. It was a mess.
Henrik said that, right?
Yeah.
I'm good. He went to check on that.
How's the boss? I say as I walk in as well behind her.
The doctor comes out on cue from the back room. He's cleaning his hands. The towel, it's a little pink because he's resting. He's on an IV. I've had to pump him full with a bunch of antitoxins. There was some kind of strange venom from whatever that thing was.
Walk over.
If anyone else was bit, you may want to have that looked at.
Well, that's you and me, right, Al? Didn't we get bit? You got bit.
I didn't get bit.
No.
You think this thing can bit me?
You're kind of slippery.
Eveline saunters up behind the two, Richard and Kieran, as the doctor gives his report. I've got him resting. He's on an IV drip, some antibiotics, but that antivenom should take care of it in time. He'll probably come to in about an hour or two.
You got any extra doses of that anti-venom there, Doc?
Why you were
Brother
exposed to
power.
this thing?
Yeah.
So let's take a look.
Show my wounded arm.
No, doesn't seem to be infected. Maybe you're immune.
Maybe that's what it is.
Okay.
Maybe you're lucky.
Yeah. Well,
Just
whatever
first
it
time
is.
for everything.
Doesn't look like there's no sign of poisoning here as he examines the wound.
Is the body of that thing still there?
No, a few of the guys came and took it.
Did you ever look at it? You know, have any idea what that thing is?
I've never seen anything like that. And I've done some pretty exotic plastic surgery, let me tell you. Nothing like that.
Yeah, that doesn't come from
Total
plastic.
physiological change.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for the fact it was wearing shoes, I wouldn't even say it was a man.
Look over at the small group of armed men forming. I say, so what's the plan here, guys? You're just holding down the fort?
Just waiting for the boss to come to, give us our orders, then we go hurt people.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
A few of them lit up some smokes as they go through all their gear, checking it again and again.
I look at Eveline. So are you holding up? You doing right?
As good as one can expect. The room full of very trigger happy, hopped up on some kind of methamphetamines. Those high-speed crew here.
Let's go back to
Well,
the ship. I look at Brick.
I wouldn't
I
want to
look
be
at
around these guys when it goes down.
I look
mean,
at the dogs. I say like, tell your boss to call us when he come through.
Hendrik nods over. Hendrik, now in the room, has come back. Oh, yeah. So I checked with the docs. People said that nothing really out of the ordinary. There's been a few unexplained absences, but they always come back, say that they were just ill or something. So they're not disappearance, it's just tardiness. Probably just, well, the story is they're just sleeping off benders. But it's enough that the supervisors that we pay off to look the other way when we have shipments coming in. They're complaining.
See, that's what happened when you crack down to all like the entertainment, right? You fucking put water in the booze and people get bored and turn themselves to fish. It's too much water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's our watered down booze that makes this.
It's very common.
Yeah.
Sure, they all kind of laugh. So they pass around a few shot glasses, start checking their weapons again. Evelyn's like, I don't know, guys. She heads towards the door.
I look at all the shot glasses and I look at Evelyn. I'm like, have you been sharing? Accusatory.
She's like a very small shake of her head.
Look at these
guys. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. You guys. I look at someone that's not Hendrik and I say, hey, make sure that the eel contacts us. All right.
Yeah, they nod.
When he comes through.
Goes back to when he's checking an automatic shotgun again, looking through it.
Turn toward the door.
Step out into the night air.
All right, Brick.
I guess
let's go back to the ship. Let's go have a think about that.
Yeah.
That was a tense situation, guys. Evelyn says. Every one of those guys that shows up, they're just eager to go. Something's going to go down. Hopefully their boss wakes up, because I don't trust any of those guys to be in charge of anything.
Yeah.
I look at Alan and Evelyn and I say, maybe we shouldn't leave one of us behind anymore.
I couldn't agree more, Evelyn says. She turns on.
Evelyn, there would have been a time that you would have called us to come back, right?
Well, I didn't want to cramp your style. What did you find out? She asked.
probably like you probably got a sister in that cult or some shit. Like somebody like I took the picture out. I showed it to Eveline. She said like pointed with the to the girl holding like with the same hand that I'm holding the picture.
Mhm.
This girl there, like she's seemed to be. There's a pretty decent bounty on her as well. Found out.
Well, you've got a good eye to recognize this girl from this picture to that. She points at the hideous mascara on the wanted picture and all of the fetishes that are on her. Something happened to this one.
Pocket. You got to get used to picture women without their makeup when you see them, right?
Take a drag of the cigarette.
She
as we're
smirks.
walking. I take a drag of the cigarette as we're walking back to the ship, and I say, we figured since you're a woman just like her, you probably relate to her real well when we find her.
She stops, looks over at Brick. Are you serious? You serious right now? Because I'm a woman, of course I'll know how to talk to another woman. You think that's how it works? Aren't you supposed to be married?
Nah,
what do you know about women?
Yeah.
She turns in a huff.
The wedding is going real fine too, right?
Why don't you fucking calm down and don't ever talk about my wife again?
Well, I mean, I'm starting to understand the bigger picture, she says. She walks away from Brick.
I look at everything and I say like, I just signal with my hand. Let it go.
Really? Because it's a girl, I can just talk to her. Because I have a lot in common with that. She turns and points at the hologram as it cycles through the bounties. Just so happened to come across this girl's picture.
I'm sure Brick realizes
Rika sees.
You guys don't have any sense of humor at all, do you?
She's like, that was a joke? No.
Yeah.
We should not do jokes anymore.
Doesn't it seem absurd that you would possibly relate with this psycho?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm still wound up a little tight from that testosterone fest with the small armory room full of trigger happy thugs.
I should have known women don't have senses of humor. I flicked the cigarette.
She laughs. Now that was funny.
I point toward a street vendor. I say, let's get some food on the way there, right? Unless you want to have like some, I think I have some bœuf bourguignon left at home, but let's get something fresh.
As long as it's not seafood, Eveline says.
I agree.
I also agree.
I would rather eat lizard on a stick.
Right? Seafood. She says. Never thought I'd miss that.
It was actually kind of crispy. Walk up to put my shoulder on the food kiosk. So it's actually kind of crispy and seasoned pretty well. You guys do a pretty good job with the seasoning, I noticed, in Eveline.
Yeah, we like to disguise. Is it weird to miss
Eveline?
It is a little weird, Eveline says, but you know what? Like a boil or a bad fungus, it grows on you.
We had people shooting at us there too, right?
Home is where the gunfights are, she says. She looks down at the wares of the food cart here, points at one of the rolls. She says, what's in that one? She says, oh, that's just a regular roll. We've got a little bit of butter on it. She says, I'll take one of those. Pays the vendor.
Yeah, give me something with some meat, something that lived on the land. You got anything like that?
Closest I have are some mussels.
Not close enough.
Disgusted.
Just give me some rice.
Yeah, I can do rice, he says. Get a big bowl of steaming rice. Passes it over.
I'll take rice, I guess.
A couple of pedestrians passing behind, talking. Their conversation carries. Hey, so what happened to, have you seen where Moss has been? I haven't seen Moss in a while. I mean, is he sick? Like, where is he? I don't know. I mean, he's here and then he's gone for a few days and then he's back and then he's gone for a few days. I don't know. I'm worried about him. as they walk and turn the corner, continuing on.
I muttered to Alan, who names themselves Moss?
Oh, it's a cultural thing, Eveline says, as she tucks into the bun. This ain't too bad.
Grabbing some of the stuff in my mouth with some of the rice. It's gonna fill a hole, I guess. Should we talk to those? Try to catch up with those guys? Nah, just fucking let's go to the ship, man. I'm tired.
Eveline starts walking towards the elevators to take it to the higher levels. Workers start filtering in from the various corridors and other side alleys, moving towards the elevator.
Walk over to the elevator as well, recognizing some of those early shifters that we saw earlier in the elevator. I say, hey, Jack?
Joel, he says.
Joel. How's it going, man? How was work?
Just another day, another dollar. Working for the man.
Did everyone show up to work today?
No, we were short-staffed.
Yeah.
Stupid Anton.
Yeah, what about those people missing all, right? Just like,
yeah,
must be nice having like the luxury to.
Man.
Anton, got anything weird to say lately? Is he like?
No, he just disappears for a couple days and comes back. And since we're shorthanded as it is, the supervisor still lets him come on. They should have canned him.
Doesn't come back like rambling about weird stuff or.
No, he's quiet type.
I stand in the elevator as it starts to go up, and I say, a friend of mine also went missing, and I'm just wondering if you guys have heard anything about these workers. Like, are they going somewhere? Seems like there's a lot of them. I just keep hearing these people are missing. I don't know. It just seems weird.
We went to see to his place. We went to see to his place, and it's like he hasn't been there in days, right?
Yeah.
Well, I tried to check on Anton because he's supposed to be on the same shift as I am. I didn't see him, so I went to go check his place. There was no answer.
I pull a flask out, the last hidden flask in my coveralls. Unscrew it and take a sip. Crazy, man. Hand it to Joel.
Joel takes it. Hey, thanks. Takes a swig from the flask, pulls from a quick pull on the flask and hands it back.
I hand it over to Alan. I say, it's kind of cool seeing you on the way back. You know?
I take a credit stick from my pocket one of those that I stole earlier. And I say, and I kind of lean it over toward Joel. I said, do you know, like, have the address of this Anton guy?
Oh, we don't really have addresses down here, but he gives directions. It's same area that Mick was living in.
I pull out the flyer that I got from Mick's apartment.
Yeah.
I say, hey, Joel, you know what this number is?
Wait, let me see. He takes it over.
Like a contact or cereal?
And what did you have in that flask? That was good.
Straight Eveline moonshine.
Wait, I can't afford Eveline moonshine. How did you get it?
Eveline.
Wait, he looks over at Eveline in her cowboy hat. No, really?
Authentic. Whisper.
Hey, do you mind if I? And he kind of like gestures, points at the flask.
Yeah, go for it. Finish it.
Takes another pull. Good. Looks down. Yeah. So this. Okay. What these numbers here? Yeah. Oh yeah. So
I'm already.
That's what passes for an address here.
I'm already looking at the flask, like regretting saying that he could finish it.
Yeah, the empty flask passed.
So what would that be?
Thanks.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, it's just down here.
You mean
know where?
down or
How does
left?
that work?
It's just down here. It's it's actually not far from where stupid Anton lives.
How does that work?
That
What's the
deadbeat.
address?
Oh, okay. So he goes through. He goes, the first few numbers are the level, then it's over here is the sector, and then from there it's
Oh, I got it.
subsector. It's kind of splits out like that.
I
I
recognize.
can understand as someone from Eberly, and they probably don't. I mean, it's
Well,
it's
we're
all
not from
based on
Eveline.
this hub from the.
I recognize
really
the
boring.
I recognize the convention from like my dry dock days. I go, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I can't believe I didn't recognize that before.
well, that's right. We use it. It's just kind of a holdover. It's really
got it.
more designed for space stations, but we just kind of kept it.
I look at Brick
Put it in my pocket.
and I sign with my head like move away.
I say, hey, good seeing you, Joel.
Yeah, have a good shift, man.
Maybe I'll catch you on the way back down to work, huh? We kind of got it flipped.
Yeah, maybe, he says.
Hopefully,
Maybe.
I'm not as hammered that time. Next time.
He's licking his lips. Yeah, man. I hope I do run into you. It's good. Yeah, thanks.
I send him my contact deets through the data pad. I said, hit me up, man. If
He pulls out an old battered data pad.
you ever need a drink
Yeah.
or whatever, well, maybe we can chat sometime.
Absolutely.
I give it the credit stick that I had in my hand.
Hey,
So thanks, man.
thanks.
I don't know what's on it.
Yeah. Well, even if it's blank, I can still sell it. He says he puts it in his pocket.
It's
Look
not.
at Eveline.
Eveline pops the last of her roll into her mouth.
Tagging along.
Are
Walk over to Al.
we going up still to the ship, or what's going on? I heard you
Maybe
guys
we're
talking
gonna
to
do
that
the
guy.
tour. Might do the tour first. We need to go check on the tour. We need to go check on a sick employee. Sick.
We're checking on truant employees now.
I say.
I thought we were going to go check out this Gerda, the refrigerant person.
Yeah, but we are now. So
okay.
What
do you think, Brick?
I'm eating mouthfuls of this rice, trying to get it down as quick as I can now. I say, there's like a number that we got from that fish dude's house, and we got an address, so we're gonna go check it out.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
That sounds promising. She says.
What do you think? Anton first. They all in the same sector, right? They all live like around one another. So let's go see Anton first.
I guess.
Because if we I don't want to find two of those guys together, right? You get what I mean?
Yeah, maybe he might has one of those pills too. So.
Mm-hmm. But maybe you're gonna find the same kind of apartment that we find for Mick.
Yeah, all right. I get it. That I finished the last of my rice as the elevator stops. Pull up the
I turn around and I turn around and I move toward the direction that Joel gave us.
I think it's so probably down here, three rows.
Not far from the apartment building that Mick, where Mick resided, only a few doors down, a similar sized building with a number of apartment doors on the outside of the building, stairways that access the various levels of this 5-story flop house. The address indicates the Anton 3rd level over onto the side. This rickety stairwell leads up from the side of the building to that 3rd level, where about 5 apartment doors face the street.
I look around as we're walking towards that building and kind of get a feel for, see if there's anyone walking around, try to get an idea of how destitute they are.
Similar to Joel, most wearing simple uniforms, a few slightly upscale uniforms, but still mostly workers, a lot of dock workers.
Man, they don't pay these dock workers shit.
I climb the stair. I go to the door. I try to peek through the little window.
A curtain
Start.
obscures the view. Inside, only the faintest lights on a few small appliances penetrate the darkness.
I try the handle.
It's
Handle.
slimy.
I grab my jacket. I put like my hand in my jacket pocket and use it as a glove, and I turn the handle.
Eveline
Yeah.
follows up behind.
I look at it, noticing it's slimy. I'm like, oh, that's not a good sign.
I
The
nod.
door
Pull a shotgun out.
opens. The dim light of the walkway on the elevated third-story catwalk.
I turn toward Brick and say, like, I guess they have I Trust Society, right? They don't lock their door.
Not locked. Inside, a very sparse apartment.
I take my guns
Very
out.
little there.
I mumble, yeah, high trust society that has a bunch of terrorism and it blows up elevators. Something else.
Well, nowhere's perfect.
Eveline immediately comments, Alan, what have I told you? I bought you soap.
I just chuckle.
I just smell
Walk-
myself.
It's pungent inside the apartment.
That's you know how they say you don't forget smells? Seems pretty familiar. Walking in.
Sitting in the small kitchenette of this 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, just very small, like a studio, an ashtray with the remnants of a cigarette still smoldering.
Pointed out to Brick.
I look
I
at
go
it
like
and
this.
stop. I nod and I keep the shotgun lifted up, showing them that I'm ready. Falling
Eveline
out.
picks up on the cue. A gun appears in her hand.
I point towards where the bedroom is.
I slowly move toward there, quietly.
I stay still, not trusting my own ability to stay quiet.
I move there, like not making a noise. I peek inside.
The bed, small bedroom, dark. The window blinds black out. No light penetrates in. A very small night light on the stand shows the current time. On the bed, a form lies, breathing deeply.
Muggy air in the apartment building. Start sweating. Brush my brow with my sleeve, waiting for Alan to say something.
Eveline shifts to the side.
I bring my gun close to the head of the form with one hand. And I grab my other hand and I lift him the cover a bit.
His body covered in, first of all, no clothes on his chest. His chest rises and falls. Small reflective scales on a slimy surface of his chest. The cover of the bed is sticky as it comes off of his sweating form. His breathing changes slightly.
I, not seeing Alan anymore at the doorway, I risk walking up to the door. I'll make it a 4.
Success.
And make like a tiny sound. I pause for a moment, and then I'm able to walk up to the doorway without making too much noise.
Keeping my gun close to his head, I just like look over my shoulder, and like when I see Brick, I say like, I just like sign like to come, but like to be quiet.
I go like this. Keeping my shotgun ready.
Eveline walks behind, also trying to be stealthy as she steps through. She appearing in the doorway, the gun in hand, behind Brick. The breathing on the bed changes again.
I look over my shoulder quickly, and I just like raise my shoulder. Like, where do we know?
I say, maybe kill it.
Maybe we can have answer.
Is he still? You think he's still a fish monster?
The,
Yes.
the
Kind of raspy
back.
voice.
eyes open in the dim light. The reflection of the eye is like a shark. There's no iris. It's all black. Eyes open immediately at the talking, and eyes wide. He lunges towards the small nightstand with the small bed clock or the little clock alarm on it, digital display.
I yell immediately like, "Don't be fucking stupid! I got a gun on you."
Moves anyway.
I shoot him not in the face. I'm aiming for like, kind of like shoulder or some shit like that. I miss. I hit like the floorboard.
Part of the floor explodes up in dust.
I said, next one is for your fucking face.
He reaches scrambles for the nightstand, falls off the bed, pulling the drawer of the nightstand out as he does so. The slimy hand.
I move into the room, cocking my shotgun audibly, and I train it on him. I say, "Don't fucking move."
He's there, face down on the ground, his back covered with slime and scales. Under his body, he's got something. The drawer of the nightstand.
I go to kick him, give him a kick, and trying to get him off the nightstand. And I'm gonna make that a 5.
Success.
So I give him a kick with my heel, trying to roll over.
Air leaves his lungs.
And then I go to grab the nightstand.
I say, "You better say something, or otherwise I'm just going to assume you're some crazy monster, man."
He turns around as he's being wrestled off the nightstand. He turns his head around. Clasped in his teeth is a glowing blue pill. He smiles and crunches down on the pill. Eveline screams when she sees the pill again.
I look at Alan, and then I just shoot him.
Yeah, I'm shooting as well.
Just it's like 5 shots into this dude.
Gunfire
racket
roars through the small apartment as the rounds pummel into this man, his blood turning from red to black as he bleeds out under the assault.
I wait for the dust to clear. See,
Eveline comes around, survey the damage. She's like, what was that?
So this is what I'm talking about, Alan. He just fucking he's going suicide on us.
Yeah, but not also like that. confirm that they can go back and forth, right? This pill kind of like it would have been nice to know how long those pills last.
How many of these guys, how many pills do they have? Eveline looks around. Underneath where the nightstand was knocked over and the drawer pulled out, capsules. Small clam-shaped metallic capsules.
As I see that, I go grab one. I open the capsule. There's still a pill in it.
A pill still resides in the cool
I look at
interior.
Brick. I think you should try it one on so we can have some information.
Eveline looks at Brick.
I say,
"Don't you dare," she says. "Don't even joke about that."
I know a guy named Hendrik who might do it. Yeah, put the shotgun in my.
That could be it. Yeah, maybe one of those guys could. We find a room where they can be locked for their safety and ours, and we see how long the pills last, and then they can tell us how it felt.
Well, you just check the nightstand. I'm gonna go see if his computer is booby trapped too.
Well, there's a bunch of like those people there.
Also,
Eveline
hopefully,
bends down, starts gathering up the containers, checking each one to see how many pills there are. There are 4 pills and 6 empty containers.
I say, hopefully, the cops aren't going to be here any minute. I don't know if they can even come down here. I don't know what the.
Somebody with that amount of gunfire, even if they're corrupt, someone's going to report that.
You want to go check the door?
Oh, thank you, our resident Aberdeen expert over here.
Well, I mean, I'm talking. If there's a gun, it may not be right away, but there's definitely going to be someone coming to check this out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how many rounds did you shoot?
And it might not be the cops, right? That's the thing as well. We don't even know if somebody coming up, it might be one of those guys.
Well, I'm checking the computer. I walk out.
Eveline, you want to check the door?
She gathers up the containers and then, yeah, I'll check the door. She walks over to the door, parts the greasy blind to look out onto the street, and then she says, "Oh my God."
What is
What's
it?
up?
You don't just say, "Oh my God."
Yeah, you have to follow that with something.
She's just staring outside, her hand twitching as it reaches for the gun on her hip.
I said, "Oh fuck's sake!" I go to the window where she's looking from, and I open the curtain and I look
down the street. The abandoned building across from Mick's apartment, boarded up. There are screams and people fleeing from the building or from in front of that building as a massive creature smashes its way out of the boarded up building. It's covered in water as it emerges from the boarded up building and then sprints down the walkway towards the tenement where you currently are. The creature, as it emerges into the street, is looks like this.
And I just go, "Oh my God."
Eveline looks over at you.
I'm over at the computer. I'm like, what the fuck's going on out there?
We're going to have company, it looks like.
Jeez.
How did they know? How did they know? Maybe they don't know we're here, Eveline says.
Well, they probably heard the fucking gunshot. It's just fucking across the street.
Oh,
and they know this Anton guy is on and that shit, right?
I no longer taking time to access the computer. I'm just gonna go straight for the hard drive. So I'm gonna inspect physically this case, make sure there's no physical trap on, or try to spot that physical trap, see if there is one.
Roll engineering. Oh yeah, critical success.
I spot it.
Yep.
And I pull out my multi-tool and use my little wire clippers to snip it, and then pull it a little bit more, see another one that's hidden a little bit more, snip that one, and pull the sleeve off. Noting the charges in the case, I set it down and go to work on getting those hard drives out.
I'm keeping an eye on this monster on the street coming toward us and like on Brick. I see, man, we're fighting that shit or we're fucking running away?
We better decide soon, Eveline says, as she checks her pistol. I wish we had something bigger. Stopping, skidding to a halt in front of the apartment building, Anton's building. The creature leaps from ground floor to second floor railing on the outside catwalk of the facade of the building, pulling itself up, then leaps again, its claws grasping on the third floor catwalk as it pulls itself up.
Brick, we kind of need a shotgun here.
I take the 2 hard drives out and I say, okay. I'm coming. Aware of the urgency.
I have my gun in hand. I'm sticking a step away from the door. I'm pulling Eveline back too.
Eveline
my gun at
stumbles
the door.
back into the small kitchenette, takes a position of cover behind the plastic countertop where the ashtray still has a smoldering cigarette. She levels her pistol over the steadying it over top of the countertop, pointing it at the door.
My eyes go wide and realizing that something's about to happen right now. And I stash the hard drives in my pocket, pull the shotgun up, and walk over into the door opening for the bedroom, train the shotgun wherever Eveline is pointing her gun.
She's pointing at the exterior door of the apartment building. Richard. Heavy footfalls. Something very heavy is walking on that catwalk towards the door, the apartment door for Anton.
I'm just getting ready with my gun. I'm aiming at the door for as soon as this door opens.
The door does not open. A taloned hand penetrates the door from outside, right at head level, and the door is physically ripped from its hinges and tossed 3 stories down to crash on the street below. Silhouetted now in the door, a massive hybrid shark.
Yeah, and I'll let a few shots go. Bam, bam, bam. I'm gonna
also
use
unloading.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that a 4.
Okay. The round hits.
Shotgun blast also slams into the body of this creature.
The shots hit, opening up wounds on its chest. Eveline follows your lead. She also fires a quick burst from her small caliber gun. Her shots land too. Holes open up on its armored chest as it enters the apartment. One massive hand raking out to at Alan, the closest target.
Yeah, I just I see his hand come close. I'm just like, whoop, leaning back on my back foot, stepping away.
Just
too
in
late.
The claws tear up the cheap printed carpet, destroying it. Tears rivets up.
Yeah, it grabbed on my almost grabbed on my leg on the way there. And
it's now fully into the apartment.
I say, get free, Alan. Wait for him to move out of the way before I take my shot.
I tried to kick that thing in the face. Now that it's close. So just like my tibia getting right there on that side of the neck, huge neck.
Knocks it. The thing is heavy. There's a massive weight advantage on even the muscled Alan Richer. See, crashes a little bit in, crumpling the small refrigerator. A hideous smell issues from the refrigerators, rotten food, just sitting there, wafts out. Eveline gags.
I elect instead to charge at the shark, slam, pulling out my wrench, slamming it into the back of his head. With a sickening wet thud.
The wrench smashes into its head, bludgeoning force. The shark's head dips down. Its massive jaws forced closed from the force of that hit. In its death throes, it reaches out, raking at Brick. But it's disoriented. And its claws, as big as it is, it's at a disadvantage within the confines of a small studio. Pieces of flimsy kitchen cupboard get ripped off the wall and scattered across the room. Eveline holds her fire, not wanting to hit Brick or Alan.
As that thing fall down, like I step on his with my heel on his head. Like, how many of those fucking things there is?
I say, I'm breathing heavily, and I go, "Whew, that wasn't such a chore." And I smack him one more time in the head, just to double tap him. Make sure his brains are good and splattered.
His left hand, this massive left-handed talon, opens. A device thuds onto the ground.
Push it with my tip of my shoe.
Try to identify it as quickly as I can.
Explosive.
I say, "It's a bomb! It's a bomb!"
Eveline dives for cover behind the flimsy cupboards.
Try to jump to get behind a couch.
I run to the bedroom and jump behind the bed.
Okay. Make your armor saves, your miraculous save.
All right. I'll make that a 6.
The explosion blows out the remaining windows
I'm sorry. Let me hero die.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep that.
The explosion, concussive blast, it blows out all of the windows on the entire floor. Eveline has just a fraction of a second before the blast obliterates the cupboard that she was hiding behind, sending splinters of wood straight through her body. Brick is plastered against the wall as the explosion flattens him against the wall, banged up. Even in the bedroom, the interior walls are not enough for the explosion. But other than the ringing in his ears, Alan is unharmed. Eveline has 2 strikes. Brick has 2 strikes.
With the raining in my head, I just push back the mattress that I use as cover, and I go back to the room. I say, "Brick, Eveline, you all right?"
Eveline groans from the floor. I'm hit.
I have I say, "I don't know if I'm doing too good." And there's a splintered piece of a table sticking through my chest. And I say, "Alan."
I run to Brick.
Shut my eyes.
I lean over
my
to
last
him.
breath.
So don't you fucking die on me, man. Brick! I shake him. Come on, man. Just like don't fucking die on me. For fuck's sake. Brick!
And I think we'll cut it right there. If that's okay with you, Max. We'll get Phil back in here. Phil, did you just die on us?
I had a strike from
You already had a strike
from
already?
last session, from the last fight.
Jeez.
You killed me.
Brick is dead, folks. You had a strike from before. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And Eveline's hurt.
Yeah.
What does this mean? Well, that'll be interesting. What do you think of that, guys?
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I really like that session.
I really like that session too. Obviously, I liked it because I died.
Yeah, I like sessions where my characters die too.
No, I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
it's
Alan's like,
bad.
no, don't leave me.
The 8th session character just gone in a moment.
Oh man.
Oof.
And now, like, I kind of needed you, man. Just like,
Yeah.
So
getting
what
this,
are you thinking? What are you thinking of for a replacement there, Brick? Or a replacement
Well,
for
can I have a second to mourn the loss?
Yes, you can. A second to mourn Brick. Tell us what you liked about
Brick.
that character.
Okay. I really liked how I started having a character arc with him where he was turning from. So the whole point of Brick is that he is just a blue collar, by the book guy who decided he wanted to prove his wife wrong and that he could be spontaneous and live for adventure and make a bunch of money.
Mhm.
And so he was always like really cautious person up until he went on this adventure with Alan. He was just kind of slowly becoming more and more risky is what I was trying to do. And so I like that because now he's trying to fight this like terrorist group that he ends up paying for with his life. You know what I mean? I think that's
he just went too far, overextended himself. Yeah.
He didn't respect the dangers of this universe. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think that's a cool way to kind of amplify that aspect of this story. So I think it's a great death, actually.
That is cool, though. You get a coffee table through the chest.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
But I actually do have a pretty good idea for a guy. I was thinking like
right on,
someone that would be kind of shift how we make money and like maybe like a contacts guy. You know what I mean? Like
okay,
a guy that knows someone and maybe can kind of put Alan to work a little bit with his thieving skills. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know how that's going to manifest, but something like that maybe. Because we always go places and we don't know anybody. I want to be going places and I know
somebody. Yeah.
It's a good way to co-create as well.
How about you, Max? There were some. How are you liking Alan now? We're into 8 sessions deep. That's a little more than normal for us. How is that? How is the character working out for you?
Are you sad about your bro?
Yeah, I'm sad about my bro. Yeah, losing my brother like that. Yeah, the guy I got raised with. I'm devastated.
Your womb.
What did the guy call you? I can't remember.
Womb brother.
The womb brother.
Yeah, I'm devastated by it.
You will be.
Yes,
for sure.
And I don't know.
How will Alan respond to that?
We just had a doctor, right? Well, now like I'm gonna obviously like try to get in contact with his doctor that we just met, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's hope, right? Maybe it's not like I don't know. I'm not ready to let you go yet.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So I was thinking about it. Should my character be dead? Probably. I think you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I think you have to get a good meal and a night's sleep to get rid of this.
A strike?
Yeah, I think that's
so.
Wow. So we didn't sleep, but we had a bowl of rice.
We didn't sleep. Yeah, we had a bowl of rice. We didn't sleep since the last. It's in the last session. You got the
That's
in the fight with
true.
the shark. It's true.
Fight with the shark.
In the fight, not with the shark, but the anglerfish.
The anglerfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, and we didn't sleep. Yeah, that's right. So you're not ill. Yeah,
That's true.
But I did get seen by a doctor.
You did, and the doctor was like, "Oh, well, it's not infected, and it doesn't
He was
look like
like,
you're
walk it
poisoned."
off,
Yeah.
bitch. I'm in my
Yeah,
pajamas.
it's just a
which is
flesh
true.
wound.
Yeah.
Which is have a good night's sleep and have a good meal.
Yeah. That's exactly not eating rice on the go and then deciding, no, we're gonna go check this out right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe next time we'll make sure we're well fed and rested.
Oh, by the way, Crispy, I did take a strike as well because
Yeah.
like I can dodge one melee strike per round, right?
Oh, okay.
Except the 6.
Except the 6. So that was
Yeah.
a strike. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when you roll a 6, it is a crit. It's
Yes.
just that
You have to
it's not
confirm.
confirming a crit. It just gives you a chance to get an additional damage.
Right.
It is a crit, and then if you roll a 6, it's an additional strike.
But I'm okay also, like,
I think that's the rule.
taking
Yeah, I
a
think
strike can also be abstract that you just like run out of luck, right? At some point, right?
Yes,
Just, like, it
yes.
doesn't necessarily need to be each
Yeah.
like a literal injury. So I still marked that as a strike.
Yep. That makes sense. I
Now-
wasn't sure because I know that your guy can negate one strike.
Yeah,
around,
like that.
so-
I realized like you probably weren't clear about the rule,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
I can enforce that rules myself,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. Well,
There's
that's
other-
good. That's good then that you made your check as you rushed into the bedroom and dove behind cover, and then you rolled high on that save because otherwise you also would have died. Like it would have been 2 additional
Yeah.
strikes on top of the one that you had.
You'd
So
have
that's
TPK'd
it.
us right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only one that would have lived was Eveline, and she'd have 2 strikes. Like she'd be wounded for sure.
We're left
You can just
behind
go
by
kill
our
yourself.
AI. We're left behind by our
Yeah.
AI harem.
That's right. She
Hey, I'm
outlives
getting
you.
some reproachment with her.
Yes, that's it. I thought that was cool actually. I like that. I thought that was working well.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Do
like
you-
Alan as a character as
Mhm.
well. I think it's obviously he's gonna be like that's gonna be a quite an impactful moment.
It's a
Yes, it
dead
would be.
element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you got like all this like easy come easy go kind of attitude and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But it's not just like I still like try to have like some wisdom behind it, right? Just like
Yes, of course. Yeah.
That's
It's not
another
just, it's just
thing.
not like a empty head. It's not just like a hairhead, right? It's just like
Mhm.
he's like that for a reason.
It's another thing I'm looking forward to with the new character is because Brick was like your ride or die, and now I'm going to
Mhm.
introduce like potentially a stranger to you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there'll be like some getting to know each other about.
Yeah, it would be.
Do you think that the death was unfair, Crispy?
Good question. Is it
Is-
unfair?
Is it okay that it's unfair? If it is, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have tried to throw the explosive device out
Mhm.
instead of like trying to run for cover.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of expecting someone to just kick it out of the apartment, right?
But
I
you know,
honestly
you
was
were
a
in the
little. I
moment.
was a little hazy on the geography of this apartment. I guess it's
Right.
more like a motel. There's like an
Yeah,
exterior balcony.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Okay.
describe. Is
Yeah, I
essentially a
realized that
converted
later.
motel.
There's a couple other parts where I think I was messing up geography, like in the elevator.
Okay.
I don't think we
Yeah.
ever got on the elevator.
Well,
No,
that's
we
what
never
I'm
did.
like.
We're
Are they?
in line.
You described the elevator starting to move, and I'm like, so they're
Yeah.
gonna have to just get off this elevator and get on one going down. So,
Yeah, and then I was like, nope, it just took us right back.
right back
No,
down.
no,
You
the
go
elevator
all the
effectively
way
did
up and all the
this.
way
We,
down.
we, ne- we never got in on the elevator. We're
I
just like
know,
in
dude.
line talking with the
Alan
folks. and
never
then
got
the-
on the elevator. I'm
and-
on the elevator.
Yeah, I thought
Crispy doesn't know what the fuck's
my
going
view
on.
of that was
No,
that you were just queuing up for the elevator, like that we were just
Yeah,
kind of waiting.
that's
for
what I
the
thought.
next
Like I thought
one.
we were queuing for the elevator, and then the elevator like just arrive, and then we move out, right? Like so those guys
Yeah.
could go in the elevator, and then we just
Yeah.
say, you know what? Let's bail.
I noticed
That's
that when
all
I opened the door, and you guys were like, "What the fuck's this guy doing?" And I was like, "Oh, that makes." And then I was like, "Why the heck did I just get off the elevator to be at the same floor that I left from? That's weird."
Mhm.
Anyways,
What did you think of the
Well,
of the twist
did you say
that
like
they?
if you said that you went on the elevator, I missed it. I'm sorry.
I did. I heard him say on the elevator, and the elevator starts moving, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
I did make the elevator move,
And that I was
Yeah.
fine with it. Yeah.
But I didn't like. I thought it was just like moving, like arriving, right, to pick up people. I didn't think we were on yet.
Mhm.
You were
Anyway,
going for a
sorry
ride.
if I misread your cues.
I liked
Sorry
I
that I
liked
did.
how Alan had this epiphany over the slimy kind of film that's in the apartment on the bed, and he's like, they're changing back, and I'm like, yeah. That's cool. I think that's a cool secret. And I was like, I think that would be a cool secret if this is reversible.
Yeah, and now like and having all those pills and like now like there's a bunch of them and like all those worker like, and that's it's interesting mystery now that too like
Yeah.
and I find like this session was it was really like almost a cop procedural, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I know
Really
it's very
liked
fun.
the session too. It was very much the mystery we keep talking about. That's,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
That supposed to be organically starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the session a lot.
Yeah.
Good job, Chris.
And also like it was like whatever, like it was a very different tone from what we've done before as well.
It was. Yeah.
So it keep things fresh as well, right? Just like not much slower pace in the love time, right? A lot of conversation, but gathering information, stuff like that, trying to make contact, trying to
I liked how there was as there was conversation between you, there was still movement. Like we're talking about things as you're moving back to the nightclub area. You're talking as you're going with Hendrik towards the apartment building.
I was trying to keep my anchoring in the conversation.
Yeah, I think it helps a lot. It just avoids that talking head.
And I think that it added. There was one scene that I really liked, and I don't know. I think it was kind of a mess, but I liked it. Where like I'm doing you could really relate to this girl joke.
Yeah,
and she like freaks out like
yeah.
And then
she does.
And then I'm like, it's a joke, you dumb bitch. And I'm like anchoring, so it kind of like it adds that like reality to it.
It does.
Instead of just like poor writing where maybe it's really just players miscommunicating with each other. It ends up being like a kind of an interesting social scene.
I thought that was an interesting social encounter.
Yeah,
I was like, I really like it when I went to the food vendor, right? And you just like say like, oh, anything that's not seafood. Who said that? Is that you or Eveline?
That was Eveline.
That was Eveline. She's like, I don't want any
seafood. Because I thought the same thing, right? I was just like, but then like, so
everyone, because after she said that, you were like, I agree. I'm like, me too. Like, it was just one of those shared moments we had a lot.
But I think also that's also like cool, that expressed like some kind of feeling that those characters had, right, from the like kind of the trauma in a sense that they just went through, right? And like, I don't want to see anything.
Yeah, because Eveline didn't experience the dead fish like we did, so she's like, I don't even want fish. We're like, yeah, I hear you.
So it's good. How do you think? I thought that the NPC interaction was enough. Like we were trying to hit that sweet spot where it's not too much. I've got a little bit of a challenge with having the boss and his minions, so I don't want to have too much NPC to NPC going on. But how do you feel that worked out? What was the first? I'd say the first 20 minutes of the game, where we had multiple NPCs.
The parts that I would, I guess, critique would be the doctor.
Yeah.
He came in and I was like, oh, let's go out in the room. And like, you kind of were like, this is what the doctor's doing. This is what the doctor's doing. I was like, we just walked out of there. I just shut the door.
Shut the door. Don't care. Yeah.
I don't.
Good point.
We don't know what the hell's going on in there. And it doesn't even matter, really.
It doesn't matter.
So that would have been my one critique, because me and Alan are trying to have a conversation, and then
so just let that happen.
Like,
this could be that's happening off. It's off the
exactly.
scene.
Like in the background, we're not like that was the only place I felt like was a bit forced as well.
Yeah,
was that doctor? Yeah.
The rest of that with Henrik, that wasn't well, right?
Henrik was awesome because he was like I could tell he had a personality, and he was just chiming in once in a while. I especially liked it when he chimed in like an idiot.
Yeah,
and like and I was like, "There's a fucking."
I thought that was great. Like, feels like these guys aren't
they're not sending the pass out.
And because you said that when he went back to the nightclub,
Yeah.
I wanted Eveline to show that she was kind of uneasy about all these like trigger happy, hopped up on
Morons,
drugs. Like we're gonna go have a gunfight somewhere, and she's off to the side, like I don't know, somebody's
I'm
gonna do
fixing
an
to go to jail
accidental
for this shit.
discharge, and yeah. That's all because you're like
Well,
not very
yeah.
bright. Like, yeah, these aren't true high speed guys. Like these aren't some spec ops. No, they're not.
Yeah, and I like also like Evelyne's interaction. She didn't too much room, but she was
Mhm.
present, right? She still felt like she was there, like she didn't like fade in the background and then reappear when she's needed, right? She was still like involved in the, not taking charge, but still there, like that we can use her.
Yeah, I agree. Eveline was
Yeah.
really good in this session too.
Well, thank you everyone that was watching. Watch this live. We had a few people watch live. Appreciate that. Those that'll catch it on the replay, thank you very much. Thank you as always to our players. I neglected to introduce the two of you.
Check out this hot merch.
And look at the merch. Proactive player. Yes, there it is. You too can have this. I mean, hopefully you are a proactive player like Phil, but until then you can be the poser that just bought the shirt. We appreciate that too.
Just like me.
Just like us. Exactly. Great Christmas gifts. There you go. Proactive player. And do you have the other one still?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's another one here. So not to be forgotten. There's another shirt. Check this out. Reactive GM. Fantastic. Look at the printing on the sleeve.
Oh,
Love this printing on the sleeve. 4D.
It says 4D
RP.
Well,
it is fantastic. Look at this.
Ooh.
I mean, come on. What can you want?
On.
Fantastic.
I kind of had to do that part myself on the website, but
yeah, I'll
like
put some work in there at some point.
It's kind of fun. I like those. I think that's great.
I think I'm the only one that's ever bought t-shirts from Max.
Yeah, you've got the tie-dye one too, don't you?
I've got the tie-dye 4D.
Yeah, fantastic.
I've developed a good wardrobe.
Yes, you are.
Through Mr. Max.
I also have mugs.
There's mugs. There's a nice kind of like swell bottle type thing that I've got my eye on. So yeah, there's some good stuff there. Anyway, I'll introduce the players. I should have done this at the beginning. We've got Mr. Max Boivin playing Alan Richer, and check out Max on his channel. It's Reactionary Principle Gaming with Max Boivin, and then our alt tech ambassador Phil the Thrill, streaming on Rumble now and on X. Is that right?
I'm not streaming on Rumble now. But yes.
But yes, you can find him on Rumble.
I am streaming on Rumble.
Yes.
But not right now.
Not right now. Okay, excellent.
So complicated issue.
It's a complicated issue. You can check out, he's got content there if you want to support our own resident Rumbler.
If you're sick of
that,
Google,
it is. Yeah. So, and on X too. So you can check him out there too. So, and we'll catch you on the next one. So thanks for watching, and
Rip Brick.
Also. And Rip Brick Kiernan died in an explosion. It was fantastic. All right.
Yeah, a blaze of glory.
Blaze of glory. Correct.
There you
the
go.
right way. All right. Catch you later, guys.
Take care.
God bless.